What brings Imbali here is all about exchange as people from different countries, which I think is important because I think every time we meet as human beings, we learn a lot from each other. Yeah, I think what brought us here is all about exchange. We meet these women, and it's the first time we meet them, and I think we from a different culture. They also have their own culture, and in a way, we have to learn from each other. We have to exchange. You know, I don't know what they want. They don't know what I want. But at the end, we'll be one because we will talk, we'll relate, and then talk about things. There's nature, there's us people, and when we talk together, I think we'll be one thing, and we can learn from each other.
They have designed costumes and clothes that they would feel proud to present there. So it's also that they have literally drawn themselves into these clothes.
C'est ce que je trouve un peu très spécial. Par exemple, dans un défilé de Yves Saint Laurent, ces femmes qui défilent n'ont pas vraiment dessiné les tissus.
Right. If there is a fashion show by people like Yves Saint Laurent, the big designers, the women on stage there have no relation to the clothes that they wear. They haven't made those clothes.
Alors que ici, ces femmes ont fait eux-mêmes, ils ont fait un travail de main et dessiné leur tenue.
And the big contrast here is that not only have these women designed their clothes, but even a step before that, they've also designed and constructed the fabric. So it's at two levels that this is more.
The thing where we meet each other is that we both really love music and rhythm and body, I think. I immediately started with the music view. I started with the lullabies, which I didn't want it to be just plain lullabies in the show, but I wanted to have the feeling of the lullabies because it is universal. And I thought, this may be a nice link because people in favelas also sing lullabies. And it doesn't matter where you come from, but music is really an inner, profound link.
E o futuro esperado que eu não dei. É impossível levar um barco sem temporais e suportar a vida como um momento além do cais.
It's really refreshing that we see them as dancers from day one, and we tell them that on this project you are a dancer, and on this project you are working as a dance company, and that's what we label them throughout the whole of the residency, and that's how we refer to them, that you are a dancer and you are a dance company and you're part of this. And I think that's sometimes refreshing for young people to not have to carry that baggage of I'm a young person who's been in trouble, I'm a young person that's failed. You know, this is a completely new space and new place that they can be somebody else. And I guess what we're asking them is, in this residency and in this project, you are a dancer, which means you are completely different to what you are elsewhere. So we label them right from the offset.
But we label, well, in a way, we take away the labels that society gives them of, refugees, women who this, children who that, young people, blah, blah, blah. We, as a society, we really like to put people in boxes. And, it's sometimes really nice to go, I don't really know where such and such a person is from, what they've done, where they've been, how old they are. But they're really good at that jump that they do across the space. And actually, who is being represented is that, I don't know, this is, that you can reach anybody, actually, and it doesn't matter where they're from, who they are, how old they are, what their nationality is, what language they speak, what they've experienced, who their family are, what their criminal record is or isn't, how many children they've got. It's a real, we're creating a community and we're putting that community on stage, and it doesn't matter, you don't need to know what their backgrounds are.
But I think the term representation is really interesting, because if you talk about who do you represent, for example, if we take people who are from not a Western country, are going in art, they often have to represent themselves as a foreigner wherever they put the place on. If you see a black girl or a Latino girl, whatever, the first thing a Western eye is going to see is that. Then the movement, and then la la la. So that is really interesting, of what do we represent without saying, because I can't, the other thing is what to wear a mask, everyone, so you are like unified, but it's not that. So I think it's hard, and that is the most hardest work to work with in a dance piece, to make dancers to really take themselves out and say, I'm a dancer, I'm a body, but I'm not a representation of that and that and that. A white man in a category of stage doesn't have to represent themselves. They represent, yes, something, a status, a star, but it's like the norm. So it's also, if I have this guy here, we're going to see, and maybe we forget soon, and when we say, oh, what a dancer. So it's different who you are putting in the stage. So I think you have a lot of different representations, and who you represent, and what to work with, and in this piece, well, we are from different ages and different colors and different everything, different length, different size. So it's interesting. What is the audience going to see? But that is the thing I'm playing with. I'm playing with that. I want to work with that.
Diversity isn't just about your descendants or the color of your skin, but the way to think the way to live, work with the difference, not killing the difference, holding the difference.